Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester, and I'm glad you're watching the show this morning. We appreciate the viewership. We're looking at a hot day today. Our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and his hard-working crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs. And folks, this has been hard to get comfortable outside of the house and all, because it's just been so hot, as you know. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about a lot of other things today. But let's get started with our weather. High today. Heat index, actually here, they said 98 here on the coast, just regular temperature. Heat index, I've heard all kind of numbers, 110 and all. I talked to Wendy. This heat wave is all from Mississippi all through this area here up into Alabama, and it's just hopefully we'll get a break from it soon. But just be aware of how hot it is, and don't overextend yourself. Our water temperature, actually high 98, low 78. Water temperature is staying at 82 degrees. Like I said yesterday, 2 degrees lower than it had been last week. Our river read is brought to us by Mountain Dew. Get out and do. When you get out early, okay? Apalachicola, Bluntstown, 3.1. Got a little bit of fall to it. And Choctaw at Caryville, 3.3 is a 4 point yesterday. So both rivers got a slight fall to it. As I said yesterday, the river is right. So if you get out and catch some brim and all, catch them early and get back to the house, get them clean, and then cook them up that night. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Deep tides again today. Technically high at 710 and low at 526. Our wind direction now will be coming out of northwest at about 10. Yesterday's coming out of southeast, so just opposite of yesterday, northwest to southeast. So that's how these summer breezes are. They'll move around and come from different places, but any kind of breeze is good in this kind of weather. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Let's start off with a cool picture. I got all kinds of stuff to show you, but let's start this off right here. This is from my nephew, David Plunkett. He has this little Facebook page, Don't Fly, Mr. Bluebird. He just started it recently, but people just share pictures. He sent this. But anyway, this is a common, what they call a common crackle. I don't see a lot of these. I always thought of like a blackbird and all, but that's what they are. Isn't that just a cool picture? And the wildflowers just out there, and it looks like like I say, David helps run the golf course up there at Fort Rucker, and it looks like this bird talking to them golfers out there. So anyway, but what I want to talk about though, right in this first part, we're talking about all this heat and everything, and I'm really serious about us being careful. We're old and wiser now, we know a lot about it, but I know just one day last week and all that heat, I'm doing some physical work around the house, doing how you do things, and I caught myself almost getting too hot, and of course I know the symptoms and all, and of course I slowed down, got in the shade, and actually got in a cool shower, outside shower and all, and cooled down. But I could feel my body temperature. I mean, it just gets on you. What I want to tell you, it gets on you before you realize it. Even just doing some lightweight, I wasn't doing really heavy stuff, but just out there in that heat. So I thought about it. I'm going to go over this with you. I know it's like reviewing this stuff in class and all, but I still want to make sure, okay, right here, the signs of heat exhaustion. If you start getting a headache, okay, you start getting dizzy and confused, a loss of appetite, excessive sweating, cramps in the arms and legs, fast breathing, and high temperature, and then being very thirsty. I sort of had a little bit of all of that, but I just realized it was coming on, and like I say, you want to cool down as fast as you can. Now this next right here, and this sort of, this is just a chart of it. Same thing I sort of talked about. Let's see this up on the right. Muscle starts cramping up. Any kind of, when it's summer like this, this is emergency room physician. Here's what to do too. Here's the treatment. Okay, first of all, drink plenty of fluid, avoid caffeine and alcohol, remove any tight or unnecessary clothing. Number 3, that's what I did. Take a cool shower, and it's amazing when the cool water hits you, you can feel your body just responding, and all of a sudden the water's hot. I mean, you realize how hot you are. And apply other cooling measures such as fans or ice towels. Let me mention this. If you noticed, in football, especially college football, started a while back, where they had the big old fans, air-conditioned fans looking on the sideline, and because of every year across America there'd be a few young men lose their life in football because of heat exhaustion. Now the high schools are doing that. They have to have a certain amount of a certain thing of cooling. The High School Activity Association has required it, and I thought that was so good. I know the state of Florida does it, the state of Tennessee does it. I'm not sure about Alabama, but you have to have some kind of cooling device where kids can cool down, even get in a cool tub of ice, not ice water, just cool water. So that's especially in August. What happened over the years, they moved football season up and started in August, so we'd have finished early. But back when we played back in the day, we didn't start in September, but we'd practice in August. But and the coach would let us have that much water out of a little Coca-Cola bottle, and we thought we'd hit the jackpot when we drank that water. But times have changed. All right, talking about changing all, you got to change your outdoor activities. And I was talking about how when it gets this hot, obviously you want to do some things in cool weather. And last night I wrote down 4 or 5 little things you can do in the summertime, and this is a cool list. If you are getting out late in the afternoon or at nighttime, the first thing I wrote down 5. Frog gigging. I'm going to show you some pictures of frogs in a minute. Frog gigging is a great activity. It's cool. I get it at night out on a boat. Of course, floundering, frog gigging and floundering go hand in hand, and Jerry Forehand is good about doing those 2 items right there and sharing with us. Crabbing. This is a great time of year. I'm going to show you some hot spots to go crabbing here in the local area. Snorkeling, actually taking a snorkel, and during the daytime, go out to a place like a state park, and we talked about that a lot, but that's a lot of fun. Okay, fly fishing early. This is something cool you can do. You can go fly fishing early in the morning. Get on out there, and the sun starts getting up and all. About 9ish or 10ish, you want to start winding down. But fly fishing early morning on the river system, on the Choctahatchee, off the Carabel River, is just great. And also, I mentioned this yesterday on food plots. You can do your food plots now. If you're fortunate enough to have a cab, air-conditioned cab in the tractor, and do it any time of day. But you can't do that. But don't get out of the tractor and spend a lot of time throwing stuff in and all. But these are things you can do, outdoor activities here in Florida Panhandle, you can actually do in the heat of summer, and we're right smack dab in the heat of summer. Yesterday was the longest day of the year. Actually, Monday was the longest day of the year. Now, days are getting shorter. Can you tell it yet? Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I want to, and Jeff just mentioned he's going, in fact, his family and friends are going kayaking. Kayaking is excellent this time of year. Great, if you get hot, just jump off and jump back on. Okay, got some cool pictures that folks have sent and shared with us and all. Billy Grantham, he's always good about sending things right here. This is actually, someone was really creative about this. This tree obviously grew around this fence, and someone put some eyes on the rail, and Billy said, I was hoping for some rain today, but now I'm having to hold on. So ain't that creative how a tree can go around something like that? That's a good job. Thanks, Billy. This was opening of snapper season. Last Friday, when snapper season opened, folks, they said it was something. I want to show you a picture of a boat ramp, but people just headed out. If you remember the movie Jaws, Friday morning they were headed out. I'm glad the FWC opened on a Friday morning, because really Saturday was just almost as bad, but a lot of folks were able to take off Friday and go Friday, and other folks went Saturday. But I bet I saw 200 red snapper pictures, so I don't know where to start from. They came and got that $1,200, the $600, and the $1,400 back in unleaded gas, food, and rent. There's a lot to be said about that. All right, I'll tell you about I showed you about 2 weeks ago, I showed you those eggs next to my kayak, where they're hatched out, and they're very hard to see. Isn't that great natural camouflage? There are 2 little birds here. The head is on the right side. The body, you see the feathers on the left side. See how it blends in? I just held my phone up. I didn't really get up and looked at them. I held my phone, and you can actually see, there's a head right there, but they're hatched out. There's 2 little dove, and that's my kayak sitting on that little noodle. That purple thing's a noodle my kayak sits on, and I'm going to hopefully They're real close to where I walk back and forth, but anyway, they did hatch out. Someone sent this picture. Isn't it a great picture? It's all about camouflage and all. This one sort of stands out in the green. But the deer, the fawn, the yearlings are out now, and they're walking. If you see one cross the highway, or we saw a doe cross the other day, and I sort of slowed down because I felt like some fawns would be right behind her. That was out, but I never did. But anyway, great picture. Appreciate that. Trey Nick Seafood in Freeport. Manatees in Freeport Bayou. He sent this actual video of it. I just sort of froze the frame off the video. This is over in Freeport. This is a couple of days ago. The manatees are up in there. Isn't that cool? You don't have to go all the way to the Crystal River to see the manatees. They're right here in Freeport. This is interesting. This is actually a painting or drawing, and it was only. Remember back in the day when everybody got phone books, and there'd be different local scenes. This is a picture on a phone book. I want to say back in the '60s. Anyway, the Navy. This is a local, what we call the stage 1, stage 2. They built these stages. The Navy lab out here in Panama City. They built these stages, part of Sea Lab. And see right there, they did experimentation and different things and all, but they were a fisherman's paradise. And they had a helicopter pad there, and the Navy cutter would be there. But anyway, look at the frame underneath the water. You don't think that was a fish attractant? So many of us fished those stages. One was near shore and one was a little bit offshore. And you're talking about sharks and fish and all kinds. And sometimes they'd run you off because they're doing some work on it or doing some kind of stuff. But they imploded those. I don't know how long ago, but there's nothing out there left. But you're talking about structure. This was a paradise for fishing back in those days. That's the stage. That's the drawing, the painting of it. And men actually live. Or Navy personnel would live out there and stay out there during the time. But that was an interesting period of time. I don't know what they learned from there, but I know we learned to catch a lot of fish. Speaking of freshwater fishing, here's James Kyle Blythe up there in Vernon catching crappie on the creek. That sound good, crappie on the creek. How about Andrew Nelson? This came from Panama City fishing page. Listen, this black drum, you see where he's fishing, they're around these bridges. Okay, they're not good to eat, but they're fun to catch. And here's Blythe sent this. This is my buddy of mine here at Register, that Great Day on the Creek. They did have a good day fishing up there on Holmes Creek, so I want to share that with you. Okay, now, I know I want to go and start about sharing things with you. Check this out. I just had a wonderful Father's Day. I'm very blessed and I know a lot of y'all had the same thing, and family get together and some kind of cookout and all. And we asked our granddaughters what they wanted to cook on Father's Day, and they said grilled hamburgers. And it's hard to beat a grilled hamburger. I love grilled hamburgers. That's what we had the family over, Miss Wendy and her family, but we had Chip and his family over. But one of my presents, Gail got me this. Y'all see this? I said, cool. I was talking about these for years now. This is one of my presents. I get too many presents, and they try to find something I don't have. It's hard. I didn't have this. So I'm going to show it to you because we're talking about Monday about scallop season coming up. This is what it is. Okay, I wanted one. I wanted to experiment with one. It is a Uno. Okay, this is the one. I mean, this goes over your whole face, and the snorkel actually fits on here. Now this is different from what we're used to. That the old black mask with a snorkel coming up like this. This is new style. I like this because you breathe mouth and nose through here. See, you can see the back side of it. How on the inside of it like that. My granddaughter Mackenzie, she said, "Oh, you're gonna look like a unicorn." And I got a kick out. We were opening presents Friday after we had the hamburgers. I mean Sunday after we had hamburgers. I said, this Friday, if I get a chance, I'm going to take it out to State Park and try it out. But it has when you own them, it has real good grip and all, but I'm just really excited about it. I don't know how that snorkel, I don't know, but I know it's well designed, but I guess it looks like it comes off pretty easy if you bump into something. So, but I'm excited about it. A whole unit, it's called let me hold it up right here. It's called a Uno by Ocean Reef, okay? That's what it's called right there. That's what we're going to look like. Okay. So we're gonna try it out. We'll let you know. We'll experiment with it and see what it is. But anyway, it's fun getting. It's always fun getting presents in it. And so that was one I wanted to share with you, and got some other cool stuff and all. Okay, we're going to take our final break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at fishing game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. Our time, 6:51 to 8:51, ideal this morning. And later on this afternoon, 7:12 to 9:12. It's still warm, but it's a lot cooler. So that's 2 good outdoor times today. I've got a picture. Michael Harris was talking about Braden Harris lost his sunglasses the other day. He fished a tournament Saturday, and he lost his sunglasses, which every outdoorsman and fisherman, we've lost sunglasses in the water in different places. You're supposed to. If you don't do it, you're not getting outdoors enough. And Braden said he didn't need the sunglasses. He was sort of teasing because he won the tournament. But he wanted to know, and Michael was asking people's opinion of wearing sunglasses. Of course, everybody said do them. But I just wanted, I just want to look up and show you the 5 benefits of wearing sunglasses. Okay, if anybody in your family debates wearing sunglasses, here they are. First of all, they provide protection from UV light. Second, they reduce headaches, migraines. Number 3. Lowers your risk of cataracts. That's a big one, and I feel strong about that. Number 4, eye care prevents macular degeneration, and it protects your eyes from debris. So it's a no-brainer. I told Michael to give this a Braden, but here's Braden. Braden won the tournament right there. Bag trial, he won first place, okay, in the tournament. So without sunglasses, but he is going down to Sunjammers to get him another pair. All right. So I also wanted to. Reggie Conyer sent this to me. That's a 26-inch mangrove snapper. Butch caught him Friday when everybody's out there catching them. So he's watching the show and everything. I just got to show, this is funny to me. The international symbol for, maybe I'll make 2 sandwiches. I'm not sure yet. How many of us that have that little knife on the edge of the sink and think, well, I don't know if we'll make a second sandwich or not. A lot of y'all will identify with that. And speaking, yesterday talking about doing cool things at night and all, Junior Hagler went out with Lori McDonald, Clutch went with him, and look at here down at Howard Creek, frog gigging. It don't get any better than that. Look at that one, the frog on the bottom, all that meat on that leg. I'm talking about some good eating right there, Junior. I want to show you one more picture. Wendy puts this on every year. I just want to share it with you. This is Wendy when she was a little girl. We were at Disney. Chip was with friends of ours. We were all together, but Wendy, just a joy on her face. She was so excited about going to Disney. Of course, that's back when I had hair. But look at talking about sunglasses. Back then, the style was pilot glasses. We had to have pilot glasses. If I had to do over, I'd wear these big wraparound glasses. But anyway, that's just the joy of a young child. She's always had that joy on her face and in her heart. So I just want to share that with you. Okay, speaking of sharing things with you, talking about crabbing and all. Let me go to Google Earth. Give me a second to set up for Google Earth. Different places. I wrote down some places to go crabbing. But before I go, I want Friday, I went by the Lynn Haven boat ramp, of course, right there close to where I live. I go by it all the time, and I'm always checking to see what boats are out. Well, Friday, Saturday, especially Saturday and Sunday, I've never seen as many boats as there. I'm going to show you, this is a picture of the ramp coming in from, you see the bridge. I'll zoom back out. That's the Lynn Haven Bridge. And this is the Lynn Haven ramp. Okay, so you see, and a lot of my videos come from here, and that's a boat ramp. Now, the parking area is, of course, right here. A little bit of parking there. That was completely full. That was full, I'm sure, at 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, this big area here, the city, that was completely full. Okay, all around down here in the middle, that area there was completely full of boats and trucks and trailers. Wait a minute, up in here, this road down here. Up here on the highway, there were folks parking up here on the highway down this road here. All the way down the road, they're parking a trailer. I'm just showing that to tell you this. The amazing boat ramps were this past weekend were were very, very strong as far as having people there. Real quick, I'm gonna show you where to go crabbing. Number 1 spot really for crabbing for the public. This is down here on Beach Drive. Let's zoom out to where we are. Everybody see, that's Gulf Coast and Hathaway Bridge to the left. Right here in the center is what we call Beach Drive. And there's several public parking places here. but this is one of the top places to go crabbing. Just park along the road, and you can see the shoreline. That's Lake Caroline there in the middle, and there's a public parking right there, and you can go either way and just wait out there. And for I don't know, over 100 or some years, people have crabbed there on a regular basis. There's some apartments down here, but you can park here, walk all along Beach Drive. That's one of the top places to go. Okay, that's number one. The second place I would go would be Cargray Park. Okay, that's right here by Gulf Coast College, and you can go. Actually, that's all public land. You got FSU campus, so you don't have any docks or anything to go around. So you could crab all through here till you get to these docks up here to the right. But crab all the way down here, all the way down to the bridge, is an excellent place to go crabbing, taking kids out at night, just waiting anywhere, shallow water, knee deep, all through there. That's number 2 spot. Okay, number 3, let's go across the bay to East Bay, all the way over here to Tyndall Bridge. Okay, way over here. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Okay, here's all Tyndall. I can't find it, Joe. Okay. Right here. Okay, all this area right in here. All right, here we go. I'm trying to find the area to go. Right there. There's Tyndall Bridge. Okay. Wade all up in there. Wade, see that right in the center screen? That's really good. Then across that little boat ramp right here, Earl Gilbert boat ramp. You can wade all through here back to the Oaks. They're not much obstruction through there. Those are some of the top places right there. And also, I'm gonna run out of time, but those places around the Tyndall Bridge, Lynn Haven, but mainly Beach Drive, those are all good crabbing places, top crabbing places to go here in Panama City. Y'all do something good today, your fellow man. Enjoy the great outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.